3 pigs, 2 goals, very different strategies. This was a fantastic speech from Greg today. We heard a great story, a folktale that we're all probably familiar with. Although I have to admit, in the beginning I was a little bit confused what the original story was. I had to remind myself. Folktales are something that once you grow up, you kind of forget, but they're back there. You got to dig around for them. So I was immediately startled by the concept. What a neat interpretation. Taking the 3 pig story, as we all remember, 3 pigs built their house. I think one was out of straw, the other was out of wood, and the other was out of stone, and they were progressively harder to con by the wolf. And what a great way to think about our investment strategies. You could do some basic things, stuffing money away in the mattresses and then getting a little bit more involved and then finally getting more secure and building a diversified strategy. At first I was a little confused because I thought 3 pigs, I thought we were going to be going with cash, bonds, and stocks. That's where I thought we were going. But it did get to the end where you have to have a combination of all 3 of those things to have a good diversified financial plan. So really good stuff there. Concept fabulous, title wonderful, got my attention right away, which is fantastic. The main concerns that I had was I was a little bit unclear about the general purpose at first, the twist that you were throwing in there at the end. Also, I love all your stories. You bring in these characters. I felt like you could have hammed it up a little bit more. I mean, that wolf could have been getting angrier and angrier, and I wanted him to huff and puff and puff and try to blow that house down. So I felt like you could have taken that up just a little bit more. I wanted to feel more of the anger of like, that pig's got money and I want my hands on it. So, but beyond that, the vocal variety was terrific. Great eye contact. You're way up there in speeches, so this is a little intimidating for me to be evaluating your speech giving. But my absolute favorite part was the wording. The wording that you had, those little funny jokes and such, the mud jacuzzi kind of thing, the sheep's clothing, all those little side jokes, the Goldilocks spa or whatever it was. I love that stuff. It was hilarious. And living high on the hog. So the wording, that was particularly good. And the morals, you seem to wrap it up with trying to remind us what we're talking about, and you brought it in with the crime doesn't pay and wise investment decisions, and also to be aware of the big bad wolf, because there are certainly those in the financial industry. But there seem to be a couple other side goals there, or morals there, and one was that it seems to be that the early pig gets the worm or the gold in this case, and also to take advantage of tech. I mean, it was tech that really helped this guy out. It was the online trading, the high security system, the email, and the web page is what really worked out there. So overall, fabulous speech, and thank you for allowing me to evaluate you. Thanks.